Everything is a call for love, call for love, call. Everything is a call for love, call for love, call. Every word in anger, every single tear, every hurtful action, the message is clear. Of course, the miracles. Everything is a call for love, a call for love, a call. Everything is a call for love, a call for love, a call. Every word in anger, every single tear, every hurtful action, the message is clear. One more time, here we go. Everything is a call for love, a call for love, a call. Everything is a call for love, a call for love, a call. Every word in anger, every single tear, every hurtful action, the message is clear. Everything is a call for love.
Thank you so much, Dave. Beautiful words to that. What a great message, huh? That keeps us honest. Okay, let's see where we're at. I think that it's time that I just invite you to breathe with me as we start our service here. Just breathe a mindful breath and relax into this beautiful day as we bring ourselves into alignment with the divine presence within and within each other as we speak our mission statement together here this morning. We recognize and realize the omnipresence of divine love as the truth of all.
Will make a quiet place within my mind, and I will listen, Holy Spirit, I will listen.
invite you to join me in this quiet place as you sink into your heart center in that place where the peace always persists. And how good it is to know and to be able to feel that divine presence of oneness, the one life, the one power. It is wisdom, beauty, the joy of all life, and it is unconditional love. It is all good. It is that infinite intelligence that creates and sustains all that is. And I call this divine presence Spirit, God. And God is all that is. And as it is all that is, I know that I am a part of it. And as this is true for me, this is true for each and every one here. For we are all individual creations from that one source. And I affirm that unconditional love is uniquely living itself as each one of us, expressing and conspiring for our highest good. And I relax in this moment, just knowing that this divine love is guiding and directing our every step. That this divine love flows through us, as us, to each and every person that we encounter, guiding and directing us whenever we need it, and in a way that is clearly discernible and understandable. And we allow ourselves to be open to a new way of being love in the world, a new and fuller expression of peace with ease, joy, and harmony. And in this awareness, we totally accept what is ours to do, feeling only goodwill, kindness, and love for all. And resting in this truth, we trust the process as our life unfolds in all of its magnificence. The requests in the prayer chest are already unfolded in unconditional love, and the fulfillment of each request is at hand. Unconditional love moves in each request, guiding and directing to the highest and best outcome. God, Spirit, is in the midst of each request, energizing with wholeness and perfection. And this service today is blessed in all that serve to create this beautiful experience. I know that divine love is being given and received by each one here today as we open our hearts to the message that brings us a greater awareness of our unity and our divineness. So it's with great thankfulness for this word, for this prayer, knowing that it is coming to us in unexpected ways. And I am so thankful for this life that is ours, that comes freely to us and is always at our beck and call. So I release this word knowing it is already so in the divine mind, and I just let it be as we join together and declare, and so it is.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. 'Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul.
Good morning. I'd like to call your attention to the prayer chest. It's just down the stairs to the left. If there is something that is bothering you on your mind, something where you would just like a little extra during the week, knowing that someone is praying on your behalf, please put your concerns in the prayer chest, and the practitioner will be doing affirmative prayer on your behalf this week. I must practice unlimited forgiveness because if I did not, I should be wanting in veracity to myself, for it would be acting as if I myself were not guilty in the same way as the other has been guilty towards me. Albert Schweitzer. And from Ernest Holmes. Too often our minds are so burdened because of the mistakes we have made that we do not take time to forgive ourselves and others and start over again.
Thank you, Lou. Thank you. Okay, so I do have a video message today. The message is from Dr. Frankie Timmers from CSL Morristown in New Jersey.
So I want to share with you my take on forgiveness, which is different. Of course, probably there are many differences, but this one has gotten me in trouble a little bit. And to me, it's from a personal experience, from personal practice. And it's kind of like forgiveness through the back door instead of the front door. It's like forgiveness from a deeper place, maybe we could say higher place, rather than more surface or shallow. It's forgiveness from a place that truly is permanent. It's done. And it is not just temporary when you feel like you're high on life. And when you're sad and depressed, it comes back. And so my take is, don't forgive. Just don't forgive. Don't forgive. I don't mean to forgive temporarily. So don't forgive if you think you should forgive. Don't forgive because in spiritual circles, that's the thing to do. Don't forgive because somebody's telling you you should. Forgive, whether it's a spiritual teacher, a friend, or a family member, or you're asked. Don't forgive if you're not ready, if you haven't cried enough yet, if you haven't been angry enough yet. Don't forgive if a book is telling you that if you don't forgive, you're not going to be prosperous. I have a long list. The whole idea is that we take our experience, no matter what it is, and we feel what it feels like, and we reflect on it, hopefully from a bird's eye view, from a more expanded way of seeing things, without judging, criticizing, making wrong right. Just see it. Just feel it. And then take it in very, very gently, very tenderly, as if it's a broken bird. A bird with broken wings, not a broken bird. A bird with broken wings. Right? You wouldn't say, heal, damn thing. You would say, I'll take care of you until your wing is healed and you can fly free again. And so this is the realm that I'm talking about. From the spiritual realm, from a bird's eye view, and this is a tough one to hear. I know that. There is no victim, there is no victimizer, and there's no crime, or there's no heinous act. Tell that to somebody who's just been shot, or has just been raped, or has just been trafficked, right? It's a very high, challenging point of view, but for those of us who are on the spiritual path, we are here to assist those who aren't there yet by example, not through preaching. So it's Mark Twain that said, forgiveness is the fragrance. It doesn't say fragrance of dog poop, or fragrance of flowers, or fragrance of your neighbor's fart, or fragrance of your perfume. It says forgiveness is the fragrance the violet sheds. Violets only shed beautiful fragrance on the heel that crushed it. And so what I want to tell you first is, share with you first, is a little story that was in Science of My magazine this month. It's a little bit long, but it really has so many messages. And of course, we love stories. Picture a young lad going to school, already deeply spiritually aware, but socially awkward. Many of us here, right? Yes. He walked through the schoolyard to a beat of a different drummer. In elementary school, one of the bigger kids always made fun of him. In junior high, the same kid continued to harass him. By high school, he found a bit more appreciation for his intuitive sensitivity, though it made the bullying situation even more unpleasant. A couple of decades later, the tormented started finding his path to spirituality. He felt it was time to get with the spiritual program and find a spiritual campus to help deepen his process. He ventured into a spiritual school to get involved into some self-help programs. To his surprise, he found the spiritual leader of the community he liked was none other than the kid he had harassed in school all this time. To his amazement, he was greeted with open arms and a big hug by the master teacher. One day he thought he'd bring up the subject of how cruel he had been to the spiritual leader in his childhood days. But the teacher seemed not to recollect the behavior. Attempting to clarity, the former tormentor asked, "Don't you remember?" To which the sage replied, "I clearly remember forgetting it." To which they both broke out in laughter. True healing through a true, honest, deep forgiveness practice sets us free. So it's the soul version of forgiveness I am talking about, not the ego version of forgiveness. They're very different. The soul version is an act of love. It is a sacred act of love. It is saying there is no victim, there is no victimizer, there is no heinous act or crime. There is just an opportunity to heal, to learn, to grow, and to have a more expanded consciousness. And I know that's challenging. So ask yourself, are you willing to see it that way? To experience life that way? If you're willing, it will absolutely set you free. And the free flow of life, capital L, will move through you and take root in such a way that it will completely change your experience. I know it. And so think about some of the things that have been done to you. And also the things you and I have done. I've done some things I'm not proud of. There are still days when I get into an argument, which is mostly just with my honey at home. I still have to practice asking for forgiveness, forgiving myself, forgiving him. And so we begin to realize that no one is really innocent. No one is really innocent. Maybe I haven't killed a person, but just yesterday, I was so sick of taking the ants out of my bedroom that I killed a few of them. Do you think that makes a difference in the universe? It makes a difference to us. And so, if we take out the person who did what they did, whether it's somebody else or you, and we allow ourselves to experience the experience with the willingness to see it in a different light, to keep our hearts open and to realize that we get to learn and grow and evolve. It changes everything. And so the wound becomes the place where the light gets in. Instead of using salt to re-wound ourselves over and over and over again, we get to use the healing salve of spiritual practice and love and acceptance and compassion so that the wound may heal and we may be free. But so is the other party, persons. And so it's about our awakening. What if the act was just there because the wound was already there? And it just allowed us to see and understand and experience ourselves in a different way. And it allowed us to open to the stream of divine love that is ever present. We make ourselves suffer. We make ourselves suffer. Whether it's through memories, through unforgiveness, through resentment, through judgment, through fear, through worry, we make ourselves suffer. No one does it for us. But we can also do the opposite and make ourselves free, because to the universal law, there's no difference. Just to us, there is a difference. So the sacred act, then, is to experience reconciliation in cultures where reconciliation has been practiced, where one tribe abused another. And I think we need that in this country, by the way, especially for Black and brown people, including Native peoples, right? When there is reconciliation, it's so powerful. I don't know if you've ever witnessed it, but I've witnessed it in jail situations. And because of my love for South Africa, I've witnessed it here. So when we witness this idea of true reconciliation, there is a power that is unleashed, that is unstoppable, that is deeply powerful. And so, to not forgive, then, becomes no longer an option, because it creates bondage for ourselves and others, and it just spreads out, right? So there are all kinds of reasons why we should forgive, right? Why are we being asked to forgive? What are some of the reasons why we're being asked to forgive? Anybody?
To set yourself free.
To set yourself free. What else?
To have peace of mind.
To have peace of mind.
To move forward.
To move forward. Because it causes illness. Because it causes illness to the physical body. Oh yeah. Think cancer. That will make you forgive. What else? Happiness. To be happy. Yeah, I mean, anyone not want that? Anyone who doesn't want health or peace of mind or be free or be happy? And when we ask that to anyone, they'll say, "Oh, what do you think I am? Of course I want that." That's the ego, right? And so it's Nelson Mandela who talked about evolution. Forgiveness is an evolution. I was in his prison cell when I went to South Africa. It was tiny. And the treatment that they had, working in the lime quarries was unbearable. But he forgave his guards, as well as everybody else involved for getting in there. He said resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies. Think about something that happened to you that's hard for you to forgive. Holding on to unforgiveness is something that's a poison that poisons you while you're hoping that it will poison the other person. That's how the ego mind works at a very surfacey level, right? A limited level. How interesting that Anne Lamott said, not forgiving is like drinking rat poison, waiting for the rat to die. She said something similar, right? There's only one line. So the sacred act of forgiveness then is revolutionary because it's evolutionary. It's a revolutionary act when we do something we think we can't. I had some abuse in my childhood by the principal of my elementary school. And I worked so hard on forgiving that bastard. It just didn't work. Because whenever I would get upset or angry, or I would watch that similar abuse on TV or heard it on the radio, it would all come back. Until I began to do the healing work that I needed to do and not really think about him, but what the experience gave me, what happens. And then I remember one morning waking up from a dream where I saw him and I felt nothing but love for him. And I walked up to him and I hugged him and I said, "What happened to you?" And I loved him for that when he shared with me what happened to him that made him do what he did. And so we all have that opportunity to do that sacred act and have that be our contribution to healing hate in the world. Who does not want to heal hate in the world? I don't want to heal hate in the world. Well, then great, and hold on to your grudges and be miserable. But if we want to heal hate in the world, which we all do, then we have to do the healing work inside. And have that be a sacred act, because as long as we hold grudges and hatred and unforgiveness towards anyone, we are part of the problem. Just think what a drop underneath a stone can do. It can make a hole in the stone, right? And so the highest form of forgiveness is then to say, thank you. I know that's a lot to ask. In our mind and in our hearts, thank you. This heals me, this grows me, this evolves me, this allows me to see there's only one life, one people. This allows me to believe in the healing power of love. And so it starts here, doesn't it? It starts with us. Just think, how many times a day you are self-critical? Mine's about 50. I haven't counted, and plenty. Because Ernest Holmes says the human tendency is towards the negative. Every time you and I are self-critical, we have our spirit saying, forgive. Forgive yourself. Love yourself. See your true self. See your whole self. So catching it and forgiving ourselves in that moment then is a sacred act. And remember that we're not alone. Whenever I teach my guys in prison and teach meditation, I might ask some questions and say, what do you struggle with? Because then I give them tools for meditation. time somebody shares, I say, anybody else relate? And I always put my hand up because we're all so much more alike than we're different. And so can we see that and know that and be there for that? So my interpretation is a little different. It's about rising up high enough to realize that we have to change the interpretation that we have of what happened and see it in a different light, see it in a higher light, and realize that forgiveness, that kind of forgiveness, is a superpower because it sets us free. It is Alexander Pope, the English poet who lived from 1688 to 1744, who said, "To err is human, to forgive is divine." To forgive is divine.
So I just invite you to linger for a moment longer in that idea that to forgive is divine. It is the nature of the divine presence within us to be compassionate, loving, all-inclusive, whole, abundant, strength, and joy. And when we align with these attributes, we find this presence responding to us, filling our hearts with that same love and that same compassion. So I open to this presence right now, and I invite God into my mind and my heart to bring forgiveness forth from within me. And I let go of anything holding me back from my best life. I let go of the shore of my past, and I completely surrender to divine love washing over me, cleansing me from within. And then I find that I am changed. So now we're going to sing to that divine love, that divine presence within us.
Come to this place in my life. I'm full, but I'm not satisfied. This longing to have more of you. I can feel it. My heart is convinced. I'm thirsty, my soul can't be quenched. You already know this, but still, come and do whatever you want to. I'm standing knee deep, but I'm not where I've never been. And I feel it coming, and I hear your voice on the wind. Would you come and tear down the boxes that I have tried to put you in? Let love come, teach me who you are again. Would you take me back to the place where my heart was only about you, and all I wanted was just to be with you? Come and do whatever you want to. Further and further my heart moves away from the shore. Whatever it looks like, whatever may come, I am yours. Further and further my heart moves away from the shore. Whatever it looks like, whatever may come, I am yours. And you crash over me, and I lost control, but I'm free. I'm going under, I'm in over my head. And you crash over me, and that's where you want me to be. I'm going under, I'm in over my head. Whether I sink or whether I swim, oh, it makes no difference when I'm beautifully in over my head. And whether I sink or whether I swim, it makes no difference when I'm beautifully in over my head. And I am beautifully in over my head. Beautifully in over my head.
All right, let's all sing now.
God, you are every mountain. God, you are every ocean. God, you are every canyon, every inch of earth and sky. God, you are every morning. God, you are every midnight. God, you are every moment, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. God, you are every sunrise. God, you are every moon glow. God, you are every starshine, every inch of earth and sky. God, you are every springtime. God, you are every snowfall. God, you are every season, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. 'Cause you are the very breath I breathe. And your perfect love created me
affirmation. So if you'll take your gift or your hand, tithe in your hand, and just know with me that this is a symbol of the abundance of the universe that flows through me. And as I graciously receive, I graciously release, knowing that this increases the law of circulation and all are blessed. And our affirmation,
I release any resistance to my unlimited wealth. All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me.
What an affirmation!
All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me.
Here we go again, let's affirm it.
All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me.
and in great gratitude for these blessings, I declare that these blessings go forth, blessing our church, our community, and our world. And so it is.
Thank you so much, Lou. I think we're ready to claim our good. Let's put it up here. Let's read over that a little bit, and then just a second, we're going to read it all together. We're going to get that energy of a group, right? Reading that together. And just remember, you're always going to get what you give. You're going to get out of this what you put into it, okay? So here we go. Let's read them down. I release the past so I can step into the future with pure intentions. I accept that I did the best I could at the time with what I knew. I am capable of